Welcome to day 4 of the Mind Hacking 21 Day program. I'm Sir John Hargrave. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. One day we're driving down the squirrel. He sees a squirrel by the side of the road and he just stops mid-sentence and screams, "Squirrel!" Now it was a black squirrel, which are supposedly rare, but he nearly wrecked the car. And that's the kind of rapid task switching, that distractibility of the mind that we're trying to overcome. If you played the mind game from yesterday, you saw the distractions. Maybe you forgot to keep playing. Maybe you got distracted in your quest for distractions. That's okay. You're here now. It's hard to focus because our minds are naturally noisy and we are surrounded by distractions. All the research shows that multitasking is a myth. I define multitasking as doing 2 or more things badly at once. The science says that the more you try to multitask, the worse you do at each of those tasks. But it's so tempting, isn't it? I'll be stuck in a meeting where I don't really need to pay attention, and I'll be like, let me just sneak in a little bit of email because it's better than being bored. We are so determined to be efficient, but the irony is when we multitask, we're actually less efficient. But also, the more you multitask, the worse you feel. David Allen is the guy who wrote Getting Things Done, which a lot of people view as the Bible of productivity. Allen talks about the psychic clutter of unfinished tasks. And I love that term, psychic clutter. If you're overwhelmed, it could be because you have these open task loops, this psychic clutter piled up all around you. I used to have this doctor, and his office was a pigsty. His desk was a freaking fire hazard. It was covered in piles of reports and folders and papers. He had his monitor balanced on like a medical journal from 1972. The guy was a renowned asthma specialist, but I never quite trusted him because his office looked like the nest of a well-educated rat. Can you relate to that doctor with the amount of what feels like unfinished tasks all around you? All that psychic clutter laying around in piles. We're like hoarders, but with open tasks. But today, we're going to get control. The mind game for today is called the 1 hour investment. Invest 1 hour cleaning out or turning off unnecessary digital distractions. For example, turn off your instant messenger by default. Set your text messages to vibrate. Turn off the notifications and alerts in your system tray and startup screen. Delete bookmarks for time-wasting internet sites. And unsubscribe, ruthlessly unsubscribe from email lists. This is a 1 hour investment that's going to pay off far into the future, keeping you more focused and less distracted. Count the number of digital distractions as you turn them off and record that number in the Mind Hacking book or your pad of sticky notes. If you can't do an hour, do 15 minutes. But don't do more than an hour. Sometimes I'll read these productivity sites and I'll notice people wasting endless hours trying to get more productive. And then the irony safe falls on their heads. It's irony, but it's made out of iron. Is that irony or is that coincidence? It's hard to tell. Often hard to tell. Anyway, productivity techniques that suck your productivity. That's ironic. So spend an hour today cleaning up that psychic clutter. It's like putting money in the concentration bank, which is going to earn interest over time, which you can store in your irony safe. You can also set a recurring appointment in your calendar to quickly review and eliminate distractions once a month, like giving yourself some mental house cleaning. Day 4 is now complete. Mark it off in your mind hacking book or on your practice sheet or in the app, which you can download at www.mindhacky.ng. Give yourself a reward to lock in that positive habit, and I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, hack hard and prosper.